Asus, why you no update? Sorry, that was kind of a stupid intro, but Asus hasn't updated Transformer Prime in what feels like forever. This video is going to be me unboxing the Joby GorillaPod Focus with the ball head X. I will tell you right now that without the ball head, you're missing out on a lot. Just a real quick demonstration. This is the GorillaPod SLR Zoom, the second largest one. And without the ball head, you can't move this any direction you want to and have it just... the options are endless. But without the ball head, you're very limited as to how you can angle your camera, because you've got to have this the certain way. So the ball head, without the ball head, you're seriously missing out. It's that freaking important. Let's get to the unboxing. Hey, what are you doing up there? Now that's more like it. Really quick shout out to this guy for his awesome comment on the video I posted on my second channel this morning. And finally, what you all came here to actually see, the Joby GorillaPod Focus with the ball head X. This is exciting. This is their largest tripod to date. That doesn't mean they won't make a bigger one. We'll see. Let's get to it. Alright, so as you can clearly see by that, on this it gives you a little window of the device, and it has a little picture of it sitting on the ball head X. And another, and then here's the description or whatever you want to call it. Now let's go ahead and open this thing up. I'm going to tell you right now that I'll have a link to this in the description below, and if you get this with the ball head included with it, you get a better deal. So you definitely want to do that. Like I said in the beginning, if you do not get the ball head, you are very limited on the positions you can mount your camera. I promise you that. So there we go. Let's open it up from this side. And just pull it. Wow, that thing is freaking huge. Nothing else in the box. It's empty. We can just toss it to the side. Little thing, I guess, to keep the legs protected. That weighs quite a bit. That is that weighs significantly more than its smaller sibling, the SLR Zoom. And as you can see by the legs, I mean, they are massive. The Focus legs are about time and a half bigger than the SLR Zoom legs. That's intense. And I wish I need to get a scale to put this on for weighing in like grams and pounds and etc. Because that is at least twice as heavy, at least. That's not complaining at all. That just means you're going to be able to hold a bigger camera that's heavier. And yeah, that's about it. And as you can see by the difference in the ball head, this is again the ball head. Oh, cool. With this one little thing right here actually just controls this. And this thing controls the base. That's pretty neat, because this won't move while you're spinning the base around unless you have this one as well. That's pretty freaking sick. That's awesome, because with this one, you twist this, and then you can twist the base around, and if you have it like wrapped around a tree like this, you can twist the base up like this, where this little part's up here, and then you can position this like you want it, and then lock it, and there you go. It's not moving at all. But with this one, you can individually have like this locked, and position this, lock it, and then position this whatever way you want it. And there's that groove, so you can move this like that, and then lock it. And that's a bigger like top too, like base. That's pretty freaking big. Oh, that's intense, man. That is intense. This is my first time playing with this. And you got this little one guy right here, so you can lock it in the position you want it. And it's kind of like the Manfrotto tripod that I'm using to record this video right now. I can make my head go left and right and lock my head in place. And that's pretty freaking awesome. And now we just got to figure out how to release it from the base that it's on. Should be fairly simple once I figure it out. And we're back. And it is very, very easy. Let's go ahead and move this to the side because the video is mostly about this. I'm just showing you that. Real quick, before I show you how to take the little top off so you can mount a camera on it. Here's again, the focus, SLR zoom, and then the original. Little bitty tiny guy. Oh, it's decent for like the Canon PowerShot L330HS. You know, a little point and shoot, this will hold it just fine. I'm also using my little Rode microphone here to do the sound, and it'll go on there quite fine too, but I had to take it off of this so I could use it to talk because I didn't want hopefully you understand. If I have my microphone on this, then I wouldn't be able to show it to you on video because the shotgun microphone only picks up what's being said directly into it. So anyways, let's go ahead and set these to the side, and hopefully I won't show you those for the rest of the video. Taking this off, it's super simple. You've got this little thing right here, and you just untwist it to move left and right. And if you want it to come all the way off, you just keep turning it. And eventually, it lifts up from there. And then you can take your camera or your microphone or your lights or anything, and you can take this little guy right here, put it on the bottom here, and then this pulls out, and then you just spin it around until you've locked it in place. And then you can just take this thing right here and you mount it back on there, laying that back down, mount that on there. Did I do it wrong? Okay, so it only really goes in one way. You just gotta have it that way. So we'll fix this real quick. And that's nice too, because you don't have to use like a screwdriver, which you can still use a screwdriver right there, but it's got this, so you can use your fingers and get it really tight, tighter than sticking your nail in there. You know, you may not even have nails, so we'll go ahead and put this back on there like such. You got to remember to lay this thing down, otherwise it doesn't go in properly. And then you just turn this until it's locked in place, and there you go. We can take this and spin it around, lock it in a place, and then take this other one and lock that one in place, and there we go. It's pretty freaking cool. This isn't from GorillaPod. They have their own little phone mount, but I don't know if it'll hold a 5.5-inch phone like the Note 2. This thing is massive. Absolutely massive. You're going to have to excuse my mess. I do apologize. This is where I work. So let's go ahead. First thing I want to say, trying to open these, is these legs are very stiff. They are hard. It's hard to get these legs open. So just take it for what it's worth. And again, saying this is tough and stiff and etc., that's not bad, because you've got to think, you're putting a camera that could cost well over $1,000 on it, and you want this to be sturdy and hold your camera secure. So I'm not saying that in a negative way at all. So I'm so used to my GorillaPod Focus. I've used that thing for probably over a month now, and I use it a lot. And I'm so used to just untwisting this one and having the entire thing move. I'm not used to having two separate things. I mean, I guess it's good in some ways because you get more control, because this is locked and staying still while you're spinning it, or vice versa. This is locked, the base right here, while you're getting this in the position you want it. So it's good, but I'm definitely it's going to throw me off when I go from one to the other, because the ball heads are so different. One last time, this has separate independent controls for the swivel of the top of the ball head, and one smaller one for the base so it spins around. And let's go ahead and put the DSLR on it now. So I changed my mind, and I decided to show you something real quick. Like I talked about my tripod that my camera was on. I'm using my HTC One to film this with the front-facing camera, and so I just stick this on there, and I can move this back and forth. And when I have it, like, say I want it like this, the furthest out, I can lock it in place, and now it's not going anywhere. That's what I was talking about with this little guy right here. You can move him, you know, up and down. Watch, I guess that would be left and right, or right and left, depending on how you're watching this video. So it's pretty cool that the similarities are there on both of these. Take it for what it's worth. I find it pretty cool. That's why I'm showing you. So the closest thing I could find to a screwdriver to get the Manfrotto base thing off of my bottom of my camera was a butter knife. So that just comes right off my camera, and then I take this off of here by unscrewing this and lifting that off, and then I take this. I gotta remember that it slides on like that, so I put it down like this, and then I screw it in there. I'm really enjoying that they included this little grip thing to grab onto, because most of the time you've got to use a screwdriver, but in this situation you can use your hand, and you can get it pretty freaking tight and secure. Alright, so the bottom's on there. Just take my camera and stick it on there like such, and then I'll move this until it locks in place, and bam, look at that. That's actually quite awesome. I'm really enjoying this. And then you can just twist this around like that and point it down at your subject. On my video on the SLR zoom, I was mistaken. This is an 18 to 135 kit lens, and it's holding it just fine. There's actually a lens that's an 8mm, and that's when you can have like this. See, if you twist this little part around and you spin it around, you can actually get it to fall in that little groove or crack thing right here, if you can see that. And then you can just lock it down like this and have it staring directly at your subject, and move the legs back so it doesn't tip over, and there you go. If you had an 8 to 11mm lens or equivalent, you could actually get it to focus on whatever was below, like on the table here. With this lens being an 18 to 135, 18mm is the closest it'll get to your subject. The smallest millimeter, as far as I'm aware, the closest you can get to your subject with it, like, and focus on it. I'm not an expert, I'm just kind of just saying what I know. So, and with these legs, of course, you can bend them any which way you want, around a tree, around... If you've watched my SLR zoom video on this one right here, I put it on top of my door, and you can mount it around a tree. I can wrap it around my balcony and do like a time lapse with my phone. You can use a camera too. I have third-party firmware on my camera right now, Magic Lantern, and so you can do a little time lapse, because this is wrapped around your balcony, or, you know, a tree, or whatever you need it to be wrapped around. It's pretty freaking awesome. I'm definitely enjoying this, and it's going to be put to a lot of use, and I still see a use for this, for the times you don't need like a huge one, and then something like this for when I'm using my power shot, which honestly most of the time I still use this, because I enjoy the fact that the legs are much longer and can wrap around more things. Getting it off is pretty freaking easy. And here you go, side by side, hopefully, like lengthwise, hopefully, as you can see that which one comes out further. It cuts off about here on this one. So this is a much bigger one. Of course, like I said, the legs are thicker, and even the feet are like, you know, a St. Bernard compared to a Rottweiler or something. Pretty cool stuff. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. This is being filmed with my HTC One, so the audio is not going to be as good as what was coming out of my Rode VideoMic Pro. But again, please give this video a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I've got many more videos coming very soon. Thank you very much to Joby for sending this out for review. I really enjoy their products. They make some pretty awesome stuff. Links to this will be in the description. Links to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, pretty much everything will be in the description below. This is wwjoshdew, and I'm out.